In a few moments, you will have an experience which will seem completely real. It will be the result of your subconscious fears transformed to your conscious awareness. You have 5 seconds to terminate this tape. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, everybody? How's it going? Welcome back to another BGcast Wednesday live podcast. Before I get into why there's a change of scenery and what's been going on and some updates, I just want to say thank you for everybody for tuning in tonight. Thanks for all of the new followers on Rumble and YouTube. I appreciate you guys coming over to join the BGcast family. I know things have been interesting as of lately, and I promise you guys, excuse me, and I'm also sick for the first time in 5 years. So it's been interesting, but nonetheless, I kind of want to bring up everybody I'm sponsoring at this point in time, just temporarily. So, guys, first and foremost, this is how we create New Earth. All right, we support each other, and I've said this constantly. And I've said this a lot. This is how we break away from this false matrix system. And we start to rebuild something that is better and something that resonates within us all. So first and foremost, I am going to bring up Transcending Ascension's kids' books. And let me bring these up really quickly. And guys, actually what's kind of funny is why don't you come over here? So I'm sitting here with Transcending Ascension at this point in time. And I want to talk about our kids' books, guys. So if you are looking for books that are spiritually enriching for your children, something that you both can enjoy, I want you to head over to Transcending Ascension's website. I have it in both the Rumble and the YouTube description. We have A is for Ascension, the ABCs of Metaphysics. And we also have the Tiny Superhero. And both are stories that help kids get in touch with their divine spark at a very young age. And they're also enjoyable for adults to read along with their kids. So guys, if you are looking for books that are going to help light up the life of your children, I would highly recommend you head over to Transcending Ascension's website and get these 2 books for your kids. Also, we have Divine Creation Gifts. I've talked with them a few times about this as well. So let's bring up Divine Creation Gifts here. I'll tell you, being sick for the first time in 5 years is not fun. So guys, let's go ahead and head over to Divine Creation Gifts if you are looking to expand your crystal collection. Also, some new doormats that just came out. Trespassers will be used as compost. Behold the field in which I grow my fuck. Slay thine eyes upon it. It is barren. But guys, if you get orders over $100, you get a 25% discount. If you guys need some stuff out of the apothecary, herbs, tools and supplies, crystals and jewelry, go ahead and support this homegrown shop over here, straight out of West Virginia. Lynn. She is in the chat a lot, but go ahead and support her as opposed to going to your big box crystal shop. And then last but not least, we had him on the show a couple weeks ago. The Lion, David. And of course, he is the pioneer of New Earth Entertainment at this point in time. You guys remember David, he was on the show a couple weeks ago. And yes, he has this amazing comic book. He has created PSYOP-free and propaganda-free New Earth Entertainment. I have his link tree in both the Rumble and the YouTube descriptions of the videos. And guys, he was on the Spotlight Network Legit interview, guys. You need to go check it out. And also support his short film, Dear Lilith, I Love You. And guys, please give David some support right now. He can really use it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to dive too deep into why, but just please, man, give David some support. Him and his family have been working very hard to get to where they are today. So other than that, guys, let's cut to the chase. So I know you guys maybe see a change of scenery here. This is not the hey mom, good to see you. And Don Spinja, good to see you guys. Definitely. So let's just kind of let me just kind of cut to the chase here. All right. Of course, the past couple weeks have been pre-recorded shows. And it hasn't been just us live like it usually has been. There's a reason for that. And of course, you guys have seen my posts on social media. You guys have seen my posts, even me talking about it in the shows coming up to the pre-recorded live shows. There was a lot of big life changes occurring in my life at this point in time. And I didn't want to dive too deep onto what those were during the mix of everything until actually some of these changes actually began to occur. And now we're sitting in the midst of them. And of course, you guys, I see you all as my family. Okay. And, you guys have supported me so much throughout these 3 seasons of BGcast. And I had to at least come on now. Normal live shows will resume next week. But I at least wanted to come on and give you guys an update so you guys can understand a little bit of what I'm going through. And also in this update, you're going to see that I truly do practice what I preach. And this is why I'm sitting in a different place at this time. So as you guys know, I was married at a time and I was not happy. I was not. And I had played it off like I was. And I was lying to myself. I mean, pretty much cut and dry when it comes to that. And of course, you see Transcending Ascension, Dyanna, who is sitting next to me right now. She has been on the show quite a few times. And her and I have decided to give each other a shot, for a lack of better words. And, so I decided to take a trek out here to Simcoe, Ontario, Canada, to see her and be with her. And this was the big life change that I was talking about. This all came, for a lack of better words, it came quick, it came sudden, but I couldn't be happier. And that is the truth. And of course, this is me actually practicing what I preach. Hold on one second, you guys. But this is actually me practicing what I preach. Okay, because I broke free from living an unhappy life or living a life that I was not happy in. And of course, though, a lot of people are going to be like, well, why weren't you happy? You were comfortable. You had this comfortable life. Everything was good. But guys, you can have all of the comfort in the world. Okay, you can have all of the comfort in the world. Comfort doesn't mean happiness. Okay? Comfort does not mean that you are truly enriched in your life. And I think it's a program that we encounter, especially when, we're living and we have one foot in this false matrix system. We are told to sacrifice our happiness because we're comfortable. Things are good. You know what I mean? We're told to negate our own feelings just because things are good. Okay, and you've heard the conversations Dyanna and I have had at Church of True Christ where it's trading the good for great. Okay. And this is something I know that a lot of people in our community we still struggle with. And we get to a point where we cocoon ourselves. And sometimes the cocoon can be necessary. Sometimes it can help, but it comes to a point where we ultimately are ready to leave that and we need to move forward to the next phase of our lives. And that's what I've chosen to do. And that is what intentional action is. And this is embracing the unknown. Okay. We have this set programming within us that almost is a switch. We meet these certain requirements that this false system places upon us. And it's also in our collective energy also as well. We have these collective, what I would call schemas, that are in place that actually cause us to stifle our own happiness. We make sacrifices for our own happiness. It's like, yeah, I'm not happy right now, but this, and this, or, yeah, I could be happier, but I'm comfortable, but I'm good. And guys, how I've talked about on this channel multiple times, how comfort can bring stagnancy. Comfort can actually suck the spirituality out of us. It can suck the divine light out of us. It can cause us to be at a standstill. And I'm not saying that comfort is necessarily a bad thing, but what I'm also trying to explain to everybody here tonight is when you get so absorbed in that comfort that you lose sight of your growth. You get so absorbed in that comfort, you could be unhappy, but you negate it. And this is where the balance is. This is where having the awareness is. And both Dyanna and I realize this. And that's why she's sitting next to me, and that's why I'm sitting here. And of course, there's a lot of moving parts in everything that's happened here. And not everything's black and white. There's variables, there's gray areas, but this is embracing the unknown. Okay. And this is what we do in our spiritual evolution. We embrace the unknown. And I know it's tough for a lot of people. It's easier said than done, but here I am doing it. Okay. Here I am doing it. Here we both are doing it. And we love each other. We trust in the divine, and we trust in each other. So we are ready to tackle what the unknown has in store for us. And this is how we do this, guys. We practice what we preach. Her and I were actually having a joke how we were joking we were going to start a cult. Right. It's just a little joke, but we were joking. We're going to drink our own Kool-Aid, and the Kool-Aid's actually going to be good. It's because we're going to practice what we preach. That's what the drinking of the Kool-Aid is. And, but in all reality, we're not starting a cult. Don't get me wrong, but we are drinking our own Kool-Aid right now. We are, and that's the message for this little short stream that we're doing tonight. Is I owe you guys an update. You guys have been with me for 3 years, and BGcast will resume. It is resuming right now. Although what is going to happen is, now that I'm side by side with Mrs. Transcending Ascension herself, Dyanna, there's probably going to be a new little spin on what we're both doing. We both have had many ideas. We both have had very interesting things come to mind for the direction that we're both going to take our channels. We might keep mine as a podcast, as we know of right now, and we might take hers. We might do some documentaries. We might, start doing more music. We also want to be a part of New Earth Entertainment. I sit here and I talk about New Earth Entertainment a lot, and technically I know we're already both a part of that, but we want to take it to the next level ourselves. So ultimately, that's what is the future of BGcast is going to behold. So of course we're still going to have guests. I'm still going to teach. In fact, season 4 is going to be more teaching, less guests, because that was the reason I started this show to begin with, to teach, and in my eyes personally, I feel that I let that go just a little bit, and I started to have more guests. I started to not teach as much, and teaching was my true passion. Teaching was my true joy doing BGcast, breaking down these esoteric topics, these spiritual topics in a way that everybody can understand and that everybody can integrate into their real life, and learn how to embody these spiritual principles on a personal level so you can improve your existence. And thank you, Spinja. I appreciate that. I do, and that's what I know Dyanna wants to get back to too, is is get back to teaching. And this is what brought us both here to this. And of course, this might come, everything that's happening at this point in time might come as a surprise to some of you. And I want to address that. Yes, I understand. This is probably out of left field for a few of you, but I want to tell you guys something. I'm really happy right now. I really am. I'm very much happy. And even though I put on a face before, I was not happy. And I couldn't keep going on unhappy and doing this. I couldn't keep doing it. And of course there's going to be some people who might have opinions about that, and that's fine. But like I said, that's your programming that you must overcome. That's your attachment to this false system that you must overcome. And I know there's people out there who are negating their own happiness, okay, for comfort. I know there are. There's a lot of people in this community that are doing that. So what my message would be to you is, how much longer are you going to dim your light in this world? How much longer are you going to keep one foot in the false matrix reality? The one that tells you to negate your happiness for that comfort. The one that tells you to stifle your happiness for whatever this may be, or for whatever that may be, or whatever anybody's telling you. Okay? And that's my message to you. If what I did triggers you in any way, that's something you have to ask yourself as to why. All right. So, and of course, you guys are like family to me. Everybody here who has been with me over the course of these 3 years, you guys are like family to me. And I love you guys. I honestly do. And that's why I'm sitting down here, because you are my family. You deserve to know the truth. And that's why I'm sitting here telling you guys the truth tonight. Because you do. And don't worry. Like I said, I'm fucking happy right now. I really am. And and she's happy. and we're both happy. And this is what being happy is, guys. This is what being in alignment in your life is. And that's why do not live another day in this existence negating your happiness for anyone or anything. Do not live another day on this earth. Okay? Choosing good when you could have great. Phil, what's up, man? Thank you for joining. This is just an update show, man. The normal shows will resume next week. But do not live another day in this existence. Okay? Do not live another day dimming your light. Okay? Because you guys, you know, all of you saw me as a light, and I was dimming it, though. But I still am a light for all of you, and I will continue to be a light for all of you. You know, so that's honestly the truth. You know, and I'm also kind of upset that I got sick for the first time in 5 years. But that's different. That's that's different. When you're around children, I'll give her that. When Dyanna and I used to talk about it, I was like, oh, I haven't been sick in like 5 years. I haven't been sick since like 2020. And she would always give me crap, and she would be like, oh, that's because you haven't been around kids. You don't have kids. And lo and behold, she was right. As soon as I got around kids, I got sick. So lesson learned. But this whole experience of coming here too, like the drive was so very interesting, very symbolic the whole way. I passed through this really thick, dense fog, which was kind of unheard of, for where it was and the time of day that it was, and it was almost like a cleansing. And then I drove through absolute nothingness until I got into Illinois. And then I finally hit civilization. I drove through Nebraska. I drove through Iowa. I drove through eastern Colorado too. There's nothing there. And then I finally got here. And then I crossed over the Blue Water Bridge into Ontario, Canada. And the whole drive is very symbolic for me. And all it did was make me realize that I chose great over good. I chose not to dim my light anymore. I chose to be happy. Phil, I will update you. I will update you on Facebook as soon as I get done with the show. That I promise you, man. I will update you on Facebook as soon as I get done with this. This is just going to be a quick stream tonight anyways, man. I'm just giving everybody an update because I know everybody has seen pre-recorded shows the past couple weeks. And yeah, no, I'll give you an update, man. But other than that, guys, that's really the gist of this. Is I love you guys. You guys are family to me. And I wanted to come on and I wanted to give you an update as to what was going on, because I know you guys have heard me talk about it, over the course of these past 4 weeks. You hear me go, man, a lot of big changes, a lot of big life changes coming my way. And here we are. They've happened. So, and I would like you to say something, if you would so oblige.
Yeah, just that I'm sick too. So the voice.
we're both sick right now.
But yeah, just I agree, and you just have to do it and let the pieces fall where they will, and just that, yeah, follow your heart and soul. God does lead the way, but you just have to be willing to risk and go out on a limb and be vulnerable. And one thing that got us to start opening it up was embracing the cheese. we're like, let's just embrace the cheese. And next thing you know, we were telling each other we loved each other. So it happened really fast.
It did. And but that's the thing, it was 2 years in the making. It was not something that happened overnight. It was not something that we just both jumped on. Dyanna and I have been really good friends for 2 years, and we got to know each other on a very deep and personal level. And yes, Phil, correct. Yes, Phil, you are right on the money. And so and that's the other thing I want to put in, guys. You've seen Dyanna on my show back since season 2. It's we've known each other for 2 years, and this evolved. Oh, thanks, Phil. I appreciate that, man. Thanks, dude. She most definitely is. And that's why I call her the most beautiful, because that's what she is. And I was kind of underplaying when I said we decided to give each other a shot. We decided to give each other a shot from the day we met. That's on the honest to God's truth. But yeah, no, and this is just an update, man. This is just what's going on with me, and I know some people. Thanks, Phil. You're cracking me up, man. I gotta put that back up on the screen so everybody can see it. But no, man, and yeah, this is just I'm gonna just leave it with this, guys. Like, this is practicing what you preach. What I just did here. You guys have, over the past 3 years, have heard me talk about embracing the unknown, having no fear when it comes to the unknown, intentional action, cultivating energy flows towards the life that you wish to be in, the existence, that you wish to create. And it's about intentional action, and that's what I did. Why do you think I'm sitting in Ontario, Canada at this point in time, instead of still sitting back in Lakewood, Colorado? So a lot of people like the idea of the unknown when it comes to embracing it, but to actually go forth and truly embrace it yourself, that is real spiritual alchemy. That is the real spiritual evolution. And am I close to Jay? I don't know. I don't know where Jay is, but I'll find out. I know I'm close to Phil Warder. But I don't know where Jay is. I'll have to figure it out, Phil. But we'll see. We'll see. But no, guys, and of course, like I said, of course, there's going to be people who have opinions about this. But what I'm going to say to those people is what I just said a little bit ago. The people who are going to have opinions about this are the ones who are shortchanging their own happiness. And they're going to be triggered, and they're going to be upset because I decided to stop shortchanging my happiness. And Dyanna decided to stop shortchanging her happiness. And I'm going to leave it at that. So I just wanted to do this little tiny update for everybody. I will be back next week with an actual show. And I want to appreciate you guys. And of course, like, me being sick for the first time in 5 years, like, definitely mowed me down a little bit. I'm, of course, very strong and very resilient. You guys know this about me. I always have been. So I managed to make it through okay. Of course, she's cracking up behind me because she secretly was like, he can't not be sick. He cannot. And lo and behold, it happened. But yeah, guys, so I just wanted to come on here and give you guys an update. Don't shortchange your own happiness. Don't spend another fucking waking moment in this world. We all came here to bring heaven to earth. Did we not? Okay, we all came here to change the frequency of our collective consciousness. Did we not? We all came here to embed the divine spark into this existence, did we not? So shortchanging your happiness for any reason while you are here is negating all of that. It's negating it all. All right, you came here to bring heaven to earth. How the fuck are you going to bring heaven to earth if you're unhappy? You came here to change the frequency of the collective consciousness. How the fuck are you going to change the frequency of our collective consciousness if you're fucking in a low frequency because you're unhappy? How are you going to embed the divine spark to this existence if you are not spinges like we're gonna start touring Ontario? We will. Spin just said this, but you know, how are you gonna do that if you're fucking unhappy? You know what I mean? How are you gonna do that? And that's my question to you guys. All right, and I know everybody in the chat is not shortchanging their own happiness. You know, I know everybody in yes, you have, Phil. You have seen she is Transcending Ascension. She actually, her YouTube channel has more subscribers than mine. So yes, if you go over there, she worked hard for them though. And if you go over there and check her out, please, yes, guys, I mean, give her a like and a follow and a, you know, subscribe over on her channel too. It is Transcending Ascension. And of course, like, yes, Phil, you know, yes, of course. And of course, she is brilliant herself. She is, I think, in some ways, a little bit more brilliant than me. And I know she's gonna shake her head behind me and say not true, but I do in a lot of ways. I do think she's even a little bit more brilliant than myself. So, but alrighty, guys, I won't bore you with my sick ranting any longer. I will be back next week. It is going to be a teaching show. It is going to be Dyanna and I. We are going to be teaching you guys something together. And I have something in store. I'm not going to drop exactly what it is just yet, but as we approach Sunday, normally and Monday, I drop the promo for everything. Her and I have a little bit of a busy weekend. This weekend, I'm going to meet her family.
My sisters.
Yeah, I'm going to meet her sisters. And I'm going to get the grilling. No, I'm just kidding. Well, only half joking about that. But I'm going to get the grilling, you know, but I'm really looking forward to it. If I'm being 100% honest, I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to it. And also too, this is a message. Don was on a Smoke Sesh live stream. That's what he said. This is a message for all of you women out there who maybe thought that you could have a chance here, but she's mine and I'm happy. All right. So, alrighty, guys, thanks for joining us for this update stream. Sorry it was not a full show. I did not mean to disappoint anybody, but we will be back next week with a show, her and I, and we're going to begin teaching again. And I really look forward to it. Alrighty, guys, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for listening to what I have to say. And again, guys, this is practicing what you preach. Sometimes you got to light things ablaze to get to where you need to be. Sometimes you have to embrace the unknown. Sometimes you guys are cracking me up, man. I love you guys so much. Like, it's beyond words how much I love every single one of you in the chat right now. It's beyond words. Like, truly. It's beyond words. You guys are just amazing human beings. And some of the most amazing I've had the pleasure and the grace of embarking on this very temporary human ride with. That's for sure. And I mean that to each and every one of you in the chat. But alrighty, guys, we'll be back next week. Thanks so much for joining us for this update stream. And you're going to be seeing more of Dyanna with me. And we're going to be doing what we do best, teaching.
And vice versa.
Yeah. And I will also be on Transcending Ascension a lot.
We're going to be doing more high production documentaries over there.
Yep. And I look forward to that too. I look forward to the way that everything has opened for the both of us. All right, guys. Well, you all enjoy yourselves. Have a good night. With the real shows, thank you, Spinja. We are very happy, like seriously very happy. And the real shows will resume next week. And I want to thank all of you guys for your patience. You know, of course, you guys have known me. I've never done 2 pre-recorded shows in a row. You probably knew something was going on. And thank you for your patience. And that's why I'm here talking to you guys tonight. So, and thank you, Phil. Thanks for being happy. And all righty, guys, I will catch you next Wednesday with Dyanna by my side as we bring back teaching to BGcast. And of course, you know what we say at the end of every BGcast show. Stay safe. Stay free. Have that personal sovereignty and that personal agency. And for the love of God, do not be like Elon Musk and stay the fuck away from the Japanese sex robots. It is now getting out of control. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next week.
Collectively together, you weren't born to rotate with the crowd. You were born to sink with the sacred spiral. The Hercules stream is proof. The cosmos hummers the divergent. BGcast brings us that Hercules energy. It's here to save the day. You won't stay lost in the dark. Here is your shot with BGcast beside you. Can we rise alone?